You need to store your Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies safely. Hardware wallets really are the only way to be confident that your cryptocurrency is safe from hackers online. And in this video, I'm going to go over the best options for storing your Bitcoins and various other cryptocurrencies in what really is the safest way to do it, in something called a hardware wallet. I've listed here what I think are the best hardware wallets for this year, listed from cheapest to most expensive. And depending on the hardware wallet, there's also some really good software options that they give as well, which I think is really important because it makes things easier. I will put all the timestamps for this video and each hardware wallet in the description below, along with some other helpful videos and materials. I will also link these hardware wallets in the description as well, so you can see them, go through, see them for yourself. And if you do want to buy one, you can go through and do that as well. Before we get into the first one, what are some general things that I need to look for in a cryptocurrency hardware wallet? Well, a sturdy USB stick-like device that has the ability to hold a variety of coins and has security like PIN codes. A small screen where I can read the keys is probably important too. Good software support for me is important because it will allow me to exchange coins and see my holdings, and possibly good support from a fully fledged mobile wallet too for small holdings that I need access to. Most important though is a 12-word or longer recovery phrase that can be used in case of something happening to my physical wallet that can be used to access my private keys to my holdings. That is super important, and all of these have those, so nothing to worry about here. Let's get into the first one though, which is KeepKey. KeepKey deserves to make the list, mainly because of its low price. This thing, for right now anyway, is selling for around 49 USD. That will change depending on your country, but it's one of the most affordable options if you're just looking to get into a hardware wallet. For beginners, this is great because of the low price, but it does come with some drawbacks, and competitors do have other products that are, yes, more expensive, but not massively expensive, that also have some better features. KeepKey currently supports just over 40 cryptocurrencies, so for most of us, just buying some Bitcoin will be fine. It also supports Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, Ethereum, Dogecoin, Litecoin, and a bunch of other altcoins. ERC20 token support is available, but you have to go online and download something called My Ether Wallet. Yeah, and so for beginners, this just puts a lot of steps in place that might complicate things. In the box, you get the KeepKey wallet, which isn't small. It's certainly larger than a USB stick, like I said. And then you get this little card to write down your 12-word recovery phrase. To set up KeepKey, you actually have to download the KeepKey client from the Chrome Web Store, and that's more or less the same with most hardware wallets. You have to download some sort of software first to set up the key. KeepKey was acquired a few years back by a cryptocurrency exchange. So if you do buy the KeepKey hardware wallet, you can actually exchange cryptocurrencies within the hardware wallet. It's a good feature, but considering the lack of coin support and also no control over the exchange rate you're getting, it might not be as useful as it seems. KeepKey is a solid choice overall for me. There are competitors that are a little bit more expensive that have way more features, which I'll get onto. First though, if you are getting value out of the video, I'd love you to be part of this community and subscribe if that's what you're into. And before getting on to the next one, let's talk about Ledger, because some news came out about this recently, which isn't great for them. Unfortunately, Ledger suffered a hack recently, meaning a lot of their customer information was actually leaked online, which means I can't really recommend them as a hardware wallet solution because of that leak. There are obviously massive issues with this company suffering a hack though. Information like names, telephone numbers, even physical addresses were leaked online, which isn't good. The breach was from its e-commerce database, and the information was then dumped online, and because all of that information was there, a lot of the customers suffered phishing attacks where they were pushed to give over their 24-word phrases, which could obviously then be used to access their private keys to their cryptocurrency. The hack really wasn't good, but it does prove one thing about hardware wallets, and that is if you use a hardware wallet to store your private keys, no one can hack that from online unless they know your recovery phrase, and that's where your customer information being leaked isn't good, because people can then start trying to put phishing scams into you. Now, if you recognize those as a phishing scam and ignore them, you still won't lose any crypto, but yeah, it's just not a good situation. Ledger though do make really good hardware wallets, and without that hack would be recommended. So maybe you can go have a look what happened and see if you want to trust them going forward. Moving on though now to Trezor One. This is the most affordable option in the Trezor lineup. Trezor is the biggest name in crypto hardware wallets. It's got a solid product offering, and the Trezor brand is actually offered by a company called Satoshi Labs, which is quite well known. Trezor One, actually the physical hardware wallet, has been around for a long time as a product, but the price has come down because newer, more feature-rich wallets have been produced by Trezor. This product is great for beginners. It's not the newest, most fancy, but it does work and it comes at a decent price. Trezor One is actually really small as well. It's much more like an actual USB stick rather than slightly bigger. When you do want to transfer your coins or spend them, you can just connect it to a computer. And even though it's the cheapest option from Trezor, it does support over 1,000 coins, which is way more than KeepKey. And some of these coins would be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and many other altcoins. A downside of Trezor One though is, for some reason that I can't really work out, it doesn't support a few quite popular coins, namely Cardano and Monero. They do have quite high liquidity, and for some reason it doesn't support them, so just to keep that in mind. When you do set up the wallet, you have to set up a PIN code on your computer, but the numbers are actually only visible on the device. So even if someone hacked your computer, they wouldn't know the PIN that you entered to set up the device. And you of course get a 24-word key phrase as well. Like I said, that is common amongst hardware wallets. One of the big benefits of Trezor though is their link up with Exodus, which is a software or mobile wallet. So you can actually see all of your holdings on an app, either on your iPhone or on Android or on any other system as well. And it just looks really good. It's very simple to use and they have some very good features. So buying a hardware wallet with Trezor, having that link up with Exodus, which is a really good piece of software, I think is definitely worth a few bucks. So would I go for KeepKey or Trezor One as a beginner because KeepKey is cheaper? Trezor One is a bit more expensive, but I think it supports over 1,000 coins, even though a couple of popular coins aren't supported for some reason. You do have better coin support overall. It's a bigger, more renowned name, and you do have a link up with Exodus. And I think overall, as a product offering, you do get a lot more, even though you have to pay a few more dollars. Let's move on to the Pro solution though, and again from Trezor. This is called the Model T. This is coming in at a whopping $165, so definitely more expensive than the other two. This is really just the Ferrari of hardware wallets. So if you're just looking to go and spend a bit of money on a wallet, get the best thing, and then just don't have to worry about it in the future, then the Model T is for you. You get a touch screen on this device, which you don't get on the Trezor One, and it also comes with a magnet in the box, or a magnet holder, so you can actually attach the magnet holder somewhere and the hardware wallet attaches to that. I'm not sure if that's super useful, but I guess they're trying to make it easier to hide, maybe in some out of reach places. Trezor T also supports those coins that Trezor One doesn't, like XRP, ADA or Cardano, EOS and XMR. One good thing about the touchscreen though is that you can put your PIN number in using the touchscreen and you don't have to connect it to a computer. That's definitely a use case for that touchscreen. With the Trezor One, you just have two buttons, and if you do want to input your PIN, then you have to do it with the computer. So definitely easier to use on the Trezor T. Something to really note about Trezor as well is that Trezor One and Trezor T don't have the very best staking options. Staking is much like putting your money in a savings account and earning interest on that money that you can't touch for a certain time. It has become more popular, and for right now anyway of making this video, some other options are better at this. So just to keep that in mind, it's probably not going to be a big deal for most people, but certainly the staking options for Trezor products aren't as robust as some others. Also to note with Trezor is that they do have some sales partners online. I'd recommend just going directly to the Trezor website, trezor.io. I'll put that link in the description as well for you so you know you're going through to the right website. Go direct to them, buy direct. I think that's the best way. Those are the best hardware wallets for me right now though anyway this year. As I said, Ledger being hacked makes it very hard to recommend them, even though it does fundamentally prove that if you have your coins in a hardware wallet, no one can hack it unless they physically steal your device and have your password phrase as well. Obviously with things being hacked, phishing scams, it's not great. So Trezor is definitely something I would lean to. Let me know what hardware wallets you use though, or would recommend, so that other people can get value out of this. Please subscribe if you want more crypto videos, and I'll see you in the next one.